So in this book, I'm trying to suggest that what we're really after is what the authors themselves intended to communicate. And so we want to read as literally as the authors intended us to read, or as literally as the authors intended to communicate. And so just to take one example, when Daniel, for instance, in Daniel chapter 7, describes these beasts coming up out of the waters, those beasts, Daniel doesn't mean for us to interpret those literally as animals, because he tells us in the passage that they represent 4 kingdoms. And as Daniel 7 continues, eventually authority is taken away from those beasts and given to one like a son of man. And what's being communicated symbolically with these images has to do with the way that Adam was given dominion at creation over the beasts, and then a beast tempted Adam, and when Adam transgressed the Lord's command at the beast's temptation of Eve, it's as though dominion was surrendered to the serpent and his seed, and I think that's one of the reasons that these kingdoms are identified as beasts, because they're seed of the serpent. And yet God promises, for instance, in places like Genesis 3:15 and Psalm 8, that all things have been put under the feet of the one who bears his image, his vice-regent. And so when dominion is taken away from the beasts and given to the one like a son of man, the Adamic dominion over God's creation is being restored to God's image bearer, the one who rightfully holds this dominion. And so what the imagery and the symbolism is doing is keying into the wider story, and it's also providing a kind of summary and interpretation, and in some ways a very small scale retelling of that wider story. And so a lot can be accomplished with just a little bit of imagery or a little bit of symbolism.